Emptying ourselves, then we automatically are becoming a witness. We're becoming the observer of the observed. We're becoming the non-dual self from the dual self.
You develop compassion. You know what is right, what is wrong, and you avoid doing certain wrong things, negative feelings. When there is harmony between your body, mind, and soul, you see families who are living happily. Workplace, your work efficiency goes up.
When the heart chakra meditation was going on, I could swam through my past and started imagining things happening in future also, the good past memories. I could feel that. Thank you so much.
What we desire, automatically the universe gives us. The only thing is we should be passionate to achieve it.
I saw the face of my close ones and I just cried ample, full on.
I've never felt the emptiness expanding, which I felt today, and I felt my body was getting heavy and it was maybe levitating, and I got scared at that.
One of the first things I noticed as I continued this practice of meditation, as I noticed in the corporate world, was the meetings were much calmer inside. It obviously You have dozens of people in the meetings. But I used to approach meetings in a very calm and casual way. The important thing I noticed was after some of the meetings, some of the questions that people asked, I was able to spontaneously respond, which was a big, big change for me.
When somebody asked Gautama Buddha, what have you gained with meditation? So he said, I lost a lot of things with meditation, and that is the biggest gain. That I lost my anger, I lost my perfectionism, I lost my nature of compliance, judgments. So meditation helped me to lose things that otherwise never existed with me. And so when you lose each of these qualities, then you become innocent, spontaneous like a child.
Before joining this meditation, I could not get for a long time. Right now, after joining this meditation, I'm able to sleep at least for 6 hours.
One thing I would like to share, I had lot of sleep deprivation. For many years, I couldn't get sleep at all. But now that I have come into meditation, I sleep very well.
In the first 40 days, I was able to manifest properties, plus also work on my some minor pains and aches. And I learned how to fix that faster without medication.
After 40 days of practice, I was able to get back my own personality. Now I have a romantic date with my life every day. So that is the blessing from this doing the Ana-Pana-Sati meditation.
As I was meditating and becoming a vegetarian, pretty rapidly, I lost weight, I had more energy, I was sleeping super well. I had a lot of back pain from the past, which was preventing me to stand long times and travel easily. And I was able to overcome this within about 2 months meditating.
Happy morning and happy evening, friends. It's wonderful to review what we have learned or what we have experienced. We've been learning about meditation, we're learning about various benefits of meditation. And one thing that I realized, we are learning so much, we're gaining so much, but for everything, all we are doing and all we have to, and this is something that I recognize, is just being here. We talked about being open yesterday. Chandra, shared about being open. So just by being here, attending this session every day, we naturally open up because we are listening more. Practicing meditation every day is the only thing that we need in many ways. Congratulations, friends, and you really need to be proud that you're practicing and learning every day. Because everything else, for me, I realized was just happened. Sitting there every day, practicing and listening. Everything else just naturally happened. I didn't have to put any effort. So, welcome back for another day of this program. And this week we are continuing to understand the concepts behind manifestation. So, Chandra, over to you.
Thank you, Rakesh. Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Wonderful afternoon, evening. we're all a part of one superconscious mind, the universal mind, the quantum field, one mind. Impressing this superconscious mind is through imagination. I want us to sink in this statement. We're part of this one mind. Everything that exists is connected, it's intelligent, it's unlimited, and it is experience-oriented, it's purpose-driven. So it's a mind where we are connected, we all are together operating. We are operating individually as a conscious mind. This life, we're operating as an entity with wisdom that we go in our multiple lifetimes as a subconscious mind. We're operating as one mind across the entire universe as one. The intelligence exists in all three minds. The imagination is the product of thought and feeling. It is energy. So since this mind that we talk about is in this field of energy, the basis is the thought. The feeling is a derivative of thought, which produces more thought. The emotion is derivative of thought, produces feeling to produce more thought. And thought is energy. So when we are looking to manifest, and where many people have to come together to cooperate, to support it, which is often the case, including your body cells, if you take them as consciousness, then we need to impress them. Everything, friends, is just exactly mirroring the way we think and operate our life here consciously. If I'm in a team of 100 people, and the more I impress them, the more I get connected to them. First, we have to form a connection to the other people. If I want something greater to be done with them, and I want to rally them and inspire them, then first I have to connect to them. And then I inspire them. Inspiration, if you notice, is all about vision. A lot of times we talk about vision, to know where you're going, to explain that in a way that people can connect to it. Because people always want to experience something new. Past is great, but experiencing something new, connecting to the past, if we can experience something new, and then so that is vision, so that is your imagination. So when you imagine, and the imagination is a way that you can impress upon, let's say, a group of people. Now extend that group of people to these unlimited entities, consciousness of cells to everything that exists, of course, the people and things, entities and the energy, entities physical. So when you impress upon them, then in turn they cooperate, they respond. Coherency is a way to connect, that you're not disconnected. Coherency is with that feeling of greatness, wholeness, love, compassion, joy, gratitude, feeling satisfied, fulfilled, feeling adventurous, not problem-oriented, but feeling adventurous. When something comes to us, Something is here for me to learn. Okay, exciting. Let me jump into it. When a problem comes to us, we don't look at it as a problem. Instead, there is something for me to learn, because only then we know it. We all are learning. Ability to switch our mind from problem-oriented to a more adventure-oriented. When we are in that mode, then we are connected. First, we establish a connection. Coherency is there. We're not repulsing people with a low thought, with a low feeling. What's up, guy? No, don't disturb me. I'm in a mood. They go away. I'm in a mood. Don't disturb me. I'm just too busy right now. Just please go away. So they go away. First is to make a connection, become coherent. And then second is utilize your imagination to inspire, to impress. Only use imagination to impress. Your superconscious, or that one mind, that everybody is there. That's really what we're doing. When impressing people means impressing their minds, right? When you go to a conference and do a presentation with lots of stories and impressing the others so that they respond in turn. Wow, this is good. Maybe I should associate. Maybe I should follow that. Maybe I should do it. Our imagination is the gateway into a superconscious mind to activate everybody, activate everyone and everything to respond back in turn. It's all energy communication. And how much we can imagine. How much we can imagine. It is there with us. The power is there with us. It's all there. There isn't any limit whatsoever to what we can imagine. We just have to raise above the day-to-day challenges that have been conditioned and then told to, and then we start imagining, to start raise above. We go into meditation once again, dear friend. This meditation that we practice every day is making us clear of all the limited conditioning that pulls us down. That's all it is. The environment constantly is making us think we are limited, making us think that don't go too far, just be here, and it keeps pulling it back. And so however forward you want to go, so you got to get free of it. It's like a child who is constantly imagining. They'll come up with all kinds of questions. There is only that one mind, that whole quantum energy field is like one mind of yours and ours, and everybody's is connected in that mind. We're all together operating as one, just like a company, when it can come together as a coherency and then operates as one group mind. Here, the one universal mind is there. And so we have the same thing. And then the key is imagination, nothing else. If we recognize that we hold on to that imagination, the key to activate it, we now feel that I can't manage even 10 people. What can I do with everybody? We'll never feel that way because they're with us. So the meditation we're practicing, friends, is breath mindfulness meditation. Our goal is to be observing the breath, to build awareness while we are in the wakeful time. When we observe the breath, and slowly, breath is taking us to in low thought states, to empty states of mind. And observe your natural breath with your silence. Sit down, eyes closed, fingers into fingers, hands comfortably in your lap, and observe your normal natural breath anywhere in the nose. And slowly has the effect of reducing our thought. As you observe, the breath is becoming lighter, shorter, and as you continue to observe it, and slowly, as you observe, slowly you let go. You may not have anything to observe, or you forget that you're observing, and then so it takes you to a state where thoughts are lesser, a state where slowly it might go into an empty state of mind. The goal of this process is to be observing, to let it take us where it takes us. Subtle observation. So as we're observing, since it's becoming shorter breath, lighter breath, or we are suddenly going off into a thoughtless state which we don't recognize, all of that will happen. In case there is thought anytime in the process of meditation, in case you notice there is a thought, bring your attention back to the breath and again observe. Only when you notice there is a thought that you're thinking, you're deeply involved in a thought. When that thought breaks, then you will get to know. That time, attention back to the breath, again observe. No other time you need to bring your attention back to the breath. The only time you need to attention back to the breath is when you think you're thinking. When you notice that you're not thinking, but something is happening to your body, that's a great state to be in, and be with that experience. Something is happening to your body and mind, you know you're not thinking. Be with that experience. When you simply observe the breath, many things can happen, right? So our goal is to be observing and allowing whatever happens to happen. Lessened thought state, empty state, vibrations, energy, many things may happen, right? If the attention gets distracted and more thought out there, attention back to the breath. Breath mindfulness meditation, it is called. Let me see. And then we're doing something called heart elevation process to go into the deeper states of this breath mindfulness meditation. So relax yourself. Let me see if I can get the picture right quickly. Right, friends? So that's the posture for breath mindfulness meditation. And there's a posture for heart elevation. Just follow my guidance for this heart elevation process, which we practice for just a few minutes before we go into this breath mindfulness meditation. Okay. Dear friends, dear masters, with your specs removed, eyes closed, keep your hands on your chest area. Rest your attention on your sacred heart. And feel this beautiful heart feel the seat of all emotions which is nurturing all life with its energies of love, joy, gratitude. Let's go into breath mindfulness meditation. With your fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap, observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. Observe your natural in-breath and the out-breath. When you observe your breath, the breath may become lighter and shorter. Your thoughts may become lesser and lesser.
and yourself. Imagine to that lighter, shorter in-breath and the out-breath. As our thoughts become lesser, as our mind becomes empty, we allow our body to function at its natural best. We channelize all that energy into the generous present moment. Allow yourself to merge into your in-breath and the out-breath, and allow yourself to slowly experience that emptiness all around. Can you become aware of the emptiness, the blackness, spreading far and wide? All emptiness is energy. That connected, that intelligent, that unlimited quantum field of energy. Your universal mind. everything that you ever will experience is here in this field of energy, that emptiness. The longer you stay connected to this field, away from your body, away from your life, the more possibilities you draw into your life. Allow yourself to merge into that in-breath and the out-breath, and allow yourself to experience that energy, that emptiness. Everybody and everything are connected in this field. Relax your body and let your autonomous nervous system repair your body. Recollect your experiences from the session. How did you feel? What did you see? Whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes. Okay, please. Whenever you're ready, you may open your eyes. Anybody would like to share your experience from today's session? To raise your hand to know. Yes.
Hi, wow. I don't know where to begin. I gotta say, it was beautiful. I was in a complete state of bliss the whole time, and I felt my energy moving throughout my body where I told it to go, where I needed healing. And then I extended out into the room in my home, and I thought of people in my life that I wanted to give healing to. That was the experience that I was having. It was a very loving, complete loving experience. And I saw a very feminine, I think it was a female face, also meditating, very close to me. And from this being, there was love, just love coming from this being. I didn't want to come back. It was just so wonderful. And I'd like to say thank you to everyone for being part of that.
Well, wonderful.
It was great. It was amazing.
Great.
It was complete divine love. It was great. I don't think I have the words to express the type of love that is waiting for us, that is there. I don't know what this love is or who is giving it, if it's me, if it's some divine force, if it's you, if it's everybody in this room. I don't know, but whatever it is, it's wonderful, and it's definitely there. And it's just waiting for us to be aware of it.
Awesome. Thank you, Rosemary, madam. That's great. Good to hear.
Yeah, awesome.
Feeling of
Wow.
love, connectedness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Before we go into another session today, let's see from Pranay Sharma. Yes.
Namaskar, Chandra sir.
Namaste.
And all. I have one question. What is the difference between that single, if I just do single meditation, and if I do the meditation in a group? What could be the reason of that having in a group and single? This is my question. Thank you.
In a group, we form a big circle of energy field. We are all individual fields. When we come together in a group, and everybody with a great intent to connect, to lose themselves. And so there is this energy that gets connected. Energy is non-local, non-linear. It's all there. And so we form a nice ring of energy, and so everybody gets benefited in a group. And particularly when we meditate in the presence of senior meditators who have figured out a bit of this, and then there's definite benefit to the beginners, and then vice versa. So there is that. So that's why group meditations are very powerful. What we cannot, sometimes it takes more, sometimes it appears in the beginning. All of these in the beginning. But in a group, then you're amplifying with each other, even if you have got thought in that field of energy, so some of it gets cleared much faster. So group meditation in a pyramid, we'll talk about pyramid energy. Where you meditate in a pyramid, then tremendous amount of energy is there, so you go clear faster. In nature, you meditate, your meditations are more deeper. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yes, Mr. Praful.
Yeah, namaste, sir. So I'm Praful here. And today's experience was very, every day having the good experience. We don't have a words to tell all these things, how I'm feeling and all. And it's a feather light. But only one thing I would like to share. I thought it is very less than. Just time is passing like that. But this 40 minutes also I'm feeling that is very less for me. We want to go with that flow and continue only. Thank you very much.
Cool. We are doing always we're doing a 1 week intensive meditation after this program is over. So in March, watch out for some communication. We'll have a 1 week program where we do 3 hours of only meditation. 5 days it goes on, as a program is always there. So to help us go into the depths of it and so sort of stay into this practice, so there is that program will be there. And I'm doing a 5-day retreat covering 7 advanced concepts where every day people will meditate about 4 to 5 hours in Pyramid Valley. So the 2 opportunities, yes. So we should go longer, and then you don't wait. You go longer for a longer time. Our YouTube channel has tracks, longer tracks are there, so you can use them and then go. Okay. Thank you, Praful.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes. All right, friends. We're understanding the manifestation science. We're utilizing the power of mind, conscious mind, we're utilizing the power of this super conscious mind. Tuning into the field, tuning into the energy field. That energy field has unlimited potential, or the super conscious mind has unlimited potential. We saw that yesterday, how the quantum physics is explaining. There is all one single big large field, and there is responding to thought, observation. What thought? Whatever thought that you want. Whatever. It's all about experiences. They're all about experiences of having clarity of what exactly that I want to collapse that into the physicality. The energy into physicality. So that is point 2 that we understood yesterday. So you meditate, we build up some good sound health so that you can focus. When I meditate, and then we are letting ourselves go completely in the quantum field. And so then we're able to stay open to this field of possibilities. And when you're open, and there's always communicating, everybody's always communicating. It's we have busy and blocked minds who are not able to receive. Your well-wishers are always communicating with you. They look at you, they want to communicate, but then we block them.
We see that way this quantum field is the biggest well-wisher we ever have. It's trying to communicate, but the busy mind, so it doesn't catch those messages that come. Now, when you're tuning into the potentials and being open, and you meditate every day, then you are tuning in, so you're more open, so then things come to us, the messages. What does it mean? My company, I was busy towards a specific outcome. I said, we are working in these 5 large partners in the ecosystem. So those will be the people who are, those are the organizations who will be interested in acquiring a stake in a company. Because who do you work with in the field is who you think they will acquire. So focus towards them. And then our plans are towards them in going and calling on them and saying, this is what we have, so we'll be interested. The field has a different plan. Then it came with an opportunity with IBM, which is not in our list at all. It came with an opportunity with IBM Corporation. It is not in our list at all. Our list of companies are something else. And what is the list? It's more predictable list of things that we are working daily. Our field force is working daily with a set of partners. And we thought one of those partners will be interested to take a stake because they are doing business with us. That's the predictable nature of the conscious mind, whereas the superconscious mind is seeing bigger picture and saying, well, you may be working with them today, but here is somebody else who can benefit greatly and then enable greatly for mutual benefit. And so they brought in IBM Corporation as a lead. Now, am I ready to listen to it? Thankfully, since the meditation is there, it defies our logic to actually go and then work with them at that moment because it takes a long time to a lot of effort when you're doing these kind of partnerships. But then you have to trust the thing and say, yes, this is coming as a message. And let me go and explore it, even though it can take. And as you take a call as a CEO to say, yes, it is important that I explore this, even though it can take a lot of effort and resources on it, because it just defies the logic that we don't even have any business with them. We don't have any relation with them. And then how can I go and then trust that? It can easily be seen as a mind play, but it's not. So the quantum field had a different notion and so gave that message to us through one of our VPs. He said, Chandra, I would like to do this because it's coming to us. At the first moment, I said, don't waste your time. But then somewhere it just stuck to me that, hey, wait a minute, let's take this. And so, dear friends, the quantum field of tuning into the possibilities, when you stay open, that's called being open to the possibility that something is coming, let's explore it. It requires a lot of conviction to trust the source, because whatever comes, it comes in the least expected way. And now, while it is coming, so what is it we ask is our setting goals and visualizing. What is it we ask? What am I looking for? And then it can respond. Field response, but if you know what to ask, and that's the point that we understand a bit in terms of what our thoughts and our intents of originating. Can you mute everybody, please? Somebody's got it open. So step 3 in this 5-step process, set clear goals and visualize. Let's understand a bit. Our thoughts in the mind, and 95% of them are repetitive and draining our energy. And so they are the ones who are causing our reality. So we must change them, right? Our goals and what we ask has to be around our thoughts. We've got to train our mind enough that we have the right thoughts going. 50 to 60,000 thoughts a day, 95% are repetitive as previous day. And 80% of them are negative. So no matter what goals you have, if this charter is going on all the time, and every charter, every thought is like a goal, right? And every thought is like putting an intent out there. I don't like these guys. I don't think I can work in this company. No, my life is just not good. I mean, these people will never change. No, those are your intentions. The statements you make are intentions. Or today is going to be not that great. Because you see something, immediately make that. So every thought, and then 95% of the thoughts that they're repetitive as previously, and then they're negative. So they're repetitive and negative, and then they're same as previous day. And so the daily incremental change is so little because they're all the same. So what you experienced yesterday is what you experience today. Now we're talking in the context of manifestation, you want to experience new. The repeated thoughts strengthening the memory and connections and becoming stronger. The neuroscience principle is that every thought makes a set of neural connections. Neurons come together, connect, and so then the thoughts, information about the thought is stored in there. And so if you repeat them, they become stronger. So when they become stronger, then they're projecting more. And thoughts are producing these neurotransmitters. Good thoughts produce good neurotransmitters, neurochemicals called serotonin. Poor thoughts, like stressful thoughts, produce stressful chemicals or transmitters like cortisol. And so good chemicals are producing good emotion, and those stress chemicals are producing stressful emotions into the body. So when this chemical goes into the body, and so then the body is responding, as in, we call that emotion. And a chemical like cortisol or a serotonin goes into the body, and the body is responding as an emotion. A good emotion, when the mood is changing, your emotion is changing, and so the body responds. For example, your face sort of opens up, and then you become less serious. You're smiling, right? The muscles of the smile, the happy muscles flex, and so then you smile. A poor emotion, it makes you angry. The cortisol is released, the cortisol goes in, and then it makes you stiffened. Your jaws become stiffer. You become restless, and hands start moving here, there, when you're becoming restless in an angry mood. So that's the emotion. Emotion is sending signal to the body to respond in a certain way. And as the body is experiencing the emotion, then it gives a trigger back to the brain to interpret that emotion in a way, what we call the feeling. But then the moment it goes back as a signal to the brain is looking at it and saying, wait. When you're in a good mood, it goes and pulls out several past related good thoughts. And so you get another good thought. If you are in not so good mood, then it goes and pulls up the related past experiences. If it's about anger, that somebody said something to you, you are angry, then you're feeling that emotion is sending a signal back to the body, the brain, and the brain is looking at it and saying, okay, angry this person. It goes back and pulls another event from 2 days ago, how that person again shouted at you or said the same comment. It makes it even worse. Then again, one more emotion kicked into the more hormones produced, more emotion to the body. And as you're feeling it, then one more thought, how other people are also bullying you or shouting at you or making comments. Now from this person goes to somebody else. That's the difference. The thoughts and feelings are continuously happening. The thinking feeling loop is constantly happening and then causing us to be either in the good feeling loop or the bad thinking, bad thought loop or good thought loop, depending on what it is. But if 80% is negative, and you can be sure that 80% of the time we are in this negative inner chatter, the loop that going about. Thoughts sending emotions reinforce to the body that this is the way of life, and then that in turn produce another thought. So the reinforcement is happening. And so then when that reinforcement is happening, and every feeling or every emotion is 1,000 times more powerful than a thought, and so together you combine, and then we are producing energy that is not what we exactly we want. You want to build a great rapport with your team, and that's your vision, that's your wish. But then here, you're sucked into these emotional loops, and so then when the moment somebody, I don't know, if the team, I don't know, 2, 3 people did not deliver well, or they're not ready to deliver to meet your expectations, so then we lose out, and then we have this anger or frustration, emotions going and feeling. So you're putting exactly opposite energy of what you're looking for. You want a coherency, you want the team to work with you, but here you're putting energy, unknowingly, without your control, an energy that's in opposite direction, where you feel they're not doing it. They just don't learn. They don't understand the priority of the customer. These are the statements that go through inside. You'll pull back, associate with, when it happened in your past company, when it happened with another department. Everything gets linked up in that to reinforce your feeling or emotion. So different. So we are constantly, while we want something, but we're constantly putting together a set of negative energy or opposing energy. Change your thoughts. How do I change your thoughts? Before that, I don't understand. There are 4 types of thoughts. Patriji organized these into 4 types. Different masters have different levels, different types of thought, but helps. Change your thoughts to greater thoughts. What are elevated thoughts? Before we do that, there are 4 types of thoughts. Elevated thoughts are our goals. If you have a vision, if you have a vision about the future that you want to go, you define where you want to go, define what experience you want, and then have adequate dreaming about those things. So that means then you are busy constantly keeping your mind occupied with that kind of your future vision, as opposed to leaving it open for anything to come together, come in. So if you understand what I'm saying, there are 4 types of thoughts. Negative thought, disastrous thought, first one, negative thought, positive thought, miraculous thought. A disastrous thought, suppose you're starting on a business. Now your goal is that you're starting on a business and then you would like to set up a business and grow it. A disastrous thought stemming from the savior's past experience is saying, I failed in the last 3 times, and everybody sort of concludes that way because that's pretty heavily there on you. This market is very, very tough and competitive, so I think this time also I'm going to fail. But anyway, everybody is saying that I have to do something, I'm doing it. So you want to set up a business and grow, but you're starting with this kind of notion. I failed times, this time it's so tight market, but I don't know, but I might definitely fail. But let me do it because I just have no choice, but I'm going to do it now anyway. But I'll fail for sure. This is the thought that is going in. A big project has come. Our company has never delivered this large project. The sales guys don't understand. They just take up. I know last time also the other department miserably failed. I think we're going to fail too. What to do? I'm just going to go anyway. But we're going to fail for sure. This is how that leader is thinking as they set out to the project. For sure we're going to fail. That's a disastrous thought, because what happens then, dear friends, you start the business. Before you even get and acquire a license, or you start that project in the first meeting where you're going and presenting to the client is looking and saying, what is this nonsense? Did you even understand our requirements? I want to cancel the project. It stops right there. A disastrous thought gives disastrous results right in front. A negative thought is slightly better. Slightly better. This is a big project. Our company doesn't have experience to do it. I know failures will come, but we're going to manage it. We had several challenges like this. We had lots of customer challenges. Customers have been demanding, but I think we will solve it. But I don't know whether the customers are demanding. So now in this situation, you start the project, you go, you are rallying the team a bit, but then you've already created, the problems will come. Customers are going to be demanding, they're going to be forcing, they're going to be aggressive on you because that's what you've seen. And so they will keep coming to you. They keep coming to you. In the case of business, you're saying that, no, I know challenges are there, but somehow I'll figure it out, but the market is tough. Let me see how far I can go, but I will go. So the challenges are coming in a project, in a business case, you are saying somehow I'll manage it. So you go. So you continue to, you at least run the business, but you'll have losses. You keep having losses. So you'll run probably for a couple of years and then you fold it. Negative thought. But you ran for 2 years. You gained some experience. You knew what not to do now. Positive thought, dear friends, is where you're saying, I know it's challenging, but I think we're going to meet it. We will figure it out along the way, and then we're going to cross over every hurdle, and then we're going to meet this. The business environment is tough, but you know what? There are so many people who are somehow continuing and succeeding. And I think I too can go past these hurdles and become. So then you start with that thought, you start with that kind of approach and idea, and so then the project. While you may take time, instead of 9 months, that is delivery time, you may take 1.5 years, but you've solved it. You solved it, and then you show to the client, and the business-wise, you manage with a small 5% margin. Great. Miraculous thought is where we all want to be, dear friends. You miraculously think, hey, market may be anything. It's my creation. I mean, there are so many companies, irrespective of the market condition, they're successful. I'm growing at 200%. I'm going to be setting up a business and grow to $1 million in no time. That's a miraculous thought. This is a great opportunity for my company to take this big project and then go from where we are, always doing smaller ones, to demonstrate that we are going to be highly successful. We're going to deliver this. I'm going to rally my team. I'll deliver not in 9 months, but 6 months. So the person who's approaching with a miraculous thinking is able to miraculously pull things off. We have a choice. We have all these 4 types of thought. We have a choice. Where do you want to set our attention to? Our imagination is equal to that miraculous thinking. Can you put your imagination in the miraculous thinking? Our imagination is going into more disastrous thoughts and feelings based only on the environment and the past and the newspaper reports and this and that. So to navigate ourselves, we set objectives of where we want to go. What do I want to do? I would like to learn music. Okay, one thing. Hey, I'm learning music and I'm singing for myself for the 3 hours I'm doing for nonstop so that I feel so good. That's something for you to satisfy yourself. For 3 hours, I'm going to sing for myself. Sing my heart out. I'm going to present my music in my aluminum meet. And I surprise my friends, and something that really makes me feel good. Set up, even if it is music, set up something that makes you feel good, that makes you stretch to go there. Miraculously, that increase your experience. So friends, we got to set up a vision, set up some goals that are inspiring us. What is it that I want to experience? So when you have goals, when you have that vision drawn up, then your energy is channeled towards it. Enlightenment is not non-doing. Enlightenment is not giving up. Enlightenment is not renouncing. Enlightenment is to recognize that there is infinity of experience, that I go into it, I become a co-creator to create. And enlightenment is to recognize that everything is temporary in nature, so I don't get attached to it. Like that matter is so little, tiny, it's all energy. So it's temporary in nature. As long as I put my attention, it is there. When I remove my attention, it's not there. So why attach to something? In the worry of attachment, people slowly give up everything because in the worry of attachment. That's like saying, I don't have control of what I'm doing, and so let me not do anything. That's not what enlightenment is. That's not what spirituality is, to give up things. It's about actively participating to experience new, to know yourself more. So, dear friends, the approach is that we set up visions or goals that inspire us. What is inspiring? Something that makes you really happy. That's really what it is. So becoming clear, that's the key, the clarity. So what makes you happy is, what is the purpose that you are here to do? Keep questioning yourself. What's my purpose? I need to take care of my family in the next 5 years. That's my purpose. I need to take care of, give great support to my children. That's my purpose. Perfect. Young children particularly requires mother's attention and love. They require mother's attention and love. Only mother has the motherhood comes to women. They don't come to fathers. You can't define nature and then argue with all this intellectual thinking. And so then young children, infants, toddlers require a lot of love and affection because they have the connection. It's not bias, it's just the natural way. But everybody has aspirations. Everybody must do something that gives them more meaningful satisfaction. So drawing and becoming clear of what is that I want to do for the next few months to a year. Later in the program, in the probably 5th week, we're talking about purpose of life. And then what does it mean, all that. We'll cover some of it. But then having some idea of where I want to go. I want to set up a meditation center. I want to see that everybody in my apartment complex becomes a meditator, a vegetarian. Because you understand that implication, you feel good when that happens. And then we dream about it. When I say every hour is figurative, we dream about it as feelings on a regular basis. So the elevated thoughts, when you have certain goals, dear friends, and then we are meditating regularly to gain clarity of what we want to ask, and then we are visualizing about them, then you are able to keep your brain and able to attract things around that. See, the business is my focus. And then you keep the declaration to keep the declaration constantly by bringing up that visualization about what you want on a regular basis. Then you're telling your brain that this is important for you. And the coordinator, the frontal part of the brain, neocortex here, is then pulling information from your past and then making you attend to that information that is coming in the newspapers or everywhere from the friends. And so sort of brain is coordinating and the frontal brain is driving all parts of the brain to sort of work towards that thing that you're interested. And how do you tell what is interesting to you? Is by your visualization, your imagination that you're telling. So setting clear, unambiguous goals and intents and affirming them. You set a goal, things that are important for you. And imagine of the future experiences as if the goals have happened. You know, you wanted your business to grow, you want your promotion to come, you got the promotion already. So your goal is to get the promotion. Now you got the promotion, so what will you do? That's called clarity. Imagine a few future experiences as if the goals have happened to you with that feeling. See, now your promotion has come. So one thing you might do immediately is you have much larger team. You take your entire team to an offsite and then motivate them. So that will be an experience you're going to do anyway. So visualize it as if you're already there in your future. When you visualize the future ahead of your experience, dear friends, and you're priming your brain, subconscious, to take that and then project it for you to connect with your conscious, superconscious quantum field. So it's got to come back. It's got to come back at some point as an experience physically. In order for that to happen, your promotion has to come. It's going to happen. So visualization is constructing around that goal. If that goal has happened, then they're constructing a set of future experiences. If the goal has come true, then what experience you are going through is visualization. My business has grown. So what experience that you have because your business has grown to certain revenue. What experience? You are invited to the conferences. You're announcing, declaring bonus, and then some of your employees are coming and then telling you that, hey, this is great, thank you. You're having a conversation with the family, and then they're just appreciating you and say, hey, you're just awesome, man. So whatever that is. So all these experiences, dear friends, and if you have clarity, And you are contributing that to, you always loved, you have a cause that you want to support. And so you're contributing, enable you to do and work on that cause. So you contribute generously. And then you feel so satisfied because supporting that cause. Imagine the reason you want your business to grow is all of these things. And so imagine about that future experiences. So goals, friends, are where we set vision boards. You can look up in the internet, they call it dream board, vision board. You take a paper and then you draw on them some pictures about things that you're looking for, something that we explain in an advanced workshop that we're doing, because the subject is quite wide, but you get the idea. You take a goal of becoming a musician, growing a business, setting up, getting a promotion, setting up a meditation center, teaching meditation, I don't know, reading 1,000 books or whatever that is that you're looking at. And when you set that goal, and then there is a reason why you want that. So the reason is that thing that forms as your imagination, your mind movie that we call it. Right, friends? Last week, we were imagining about health, affirming good health, and because of it, then we're imagining some experience that health, if you've got a great health, and things that you're going to do. So starting tomorrow, I want you to sort of think about what is that important for you. Health-based experience are there, but in addition, what are those things that are important for you? And then put them into some experiences. We're going to put that as a visualization segment. In our meditation, we're going to do heart elevation, we do breath mindfulness meditation, and then we're going to do a segment of imagination. We're going to bring it back again, and then imagine of your future experiences when you affirm your goals. Take a goal, few goals, whatever they are. My health is greatly improved. My business has succeeded significantly. Set some numbers so that it's not ambiguous. You can measure yourself. When it comes back to you, you don't know how to measure when you don't have clarity of what that is you're looking at. My business has grown to 100 crores. My promotion has happened. I'm teaching meditation to all my locality in Bangalore. I'm traveling around the world for 30 days and then meeting people in the United States or whatever that, they travel around the world. So if you care about which part of the world you want to go, and then put that as that thing. I'm attracting a life partner who is an engineer. It can be anything. That's your goal. And imagine that's happened. And so your experience that they're going to give you. What experience is going to give you is what you have to come up with as a sequence of experiences, so which you dream about. In going forward, at the end of a breath meditation, you're going to dream about, visualize, imagine about. Right, friends? So thank you very much for understanding this important part of goals and visualization. We always, when we finish this, we always suggest that 2-day program, that our 5-day program we're doing as an advanced program, which covers these topics in detail with going to the practicality. And so then we have clarity of how to visualize and dream. Now, some of the books are there in this whole process. It can help you. The Secret book is helping. Dr. Joe Dispenza, You Are the Placebo is helping. These books are helping. The Law of Attraction books by Jerry Hicks, Esther Hicks, they're helping to know some of this process and then construct your own process and manifestation. Thank you very much, Rakesh.
Thank you, Chandra. Friends, very, very powerful sessions. It takes time to understand this. But this work, and this is something that we lived through. So thank you, Chandra, for this wonderful session. One announcement again. I think friends, we continue to have these books. Chandra spoke about some of these books, but we in this, as part of this program, we run book clubs for 2 books. So at 8:15, another half an hour, the book club will start. So please do join, especially the You Are a Placebo. great book to understand manifestation science and get the full benefit. Friends, if you have anybody has any questions or want to share your experiences, please do raise your hand. Or those who want to, I know we passed our time, so anybody wants to leave can go ahead, but we'll stay on for sharing the experience. Yes. Nirav Shah.
Thank you, sir, for a wonderful session. And just one of the lines which you said in between, that enlightenment is to know that where my attention goes, it exists. And when your attention shifts, things do not exist. So sometimes, like your mind is occupied with one particular doubt or something like about health or anything, where you continuously focuses on that, okay, this is not going well, this has happened. And when you the process remains same, manifestation of negative thing and manifestation of positive things. So this line is itself very powerful, that when you repeat this, where my attention goes, it exists. When you remove the attention, it doesn't exist. So my question to you is that how this auto suggestion or this kind of self-talk, this type of powerful sentence we can use to shift our focus or attention.
Meditation. Our meditation on a regular basis when we do, it's helping us to put all these powerful statements into subconscious. They become our second nature. So they come up. So the self-disastrous talk will go away. The self-negative talk will go away. We move into the positive and miraculous modes. We are into positive territory and we move to miraculous territory when we read more, learn more, get inspired through various things that people have done, defying logic. Like India getting independence through Mahatma Gandhi, through non-violence. It defies logic. So when you read all these stories, people are defying logic and doing it, then you say, yes, I can be miraculous like that. There's no limit. The limitation is set by us. Positive, all of us understand. We go beyond miraculous. And that's your attention, right? When you go into miraculous thinking, that's your attention. Constantly stay in miraculous thinking. Where your attention goes, energy flows. What else? Who else? You're absorbing the subject. It's repetitive. It's so clear that no questions.
There is to be Bahadur.
Each of us have one way of understanding. Even when you share, your understanding can add a value. I myself am surprised that every time I talk about it, something comes up.
Hello, Chandra sir. Namaskar, sir. Good morning.
Yes, sir.
And good morning to everyone who is participating in this very wonderful program. In my experience, every meditation session is wonderful. But I want to share one experience with you, sir. And I want to clarify, I want clarification from you also, sir. So actually, when I start meditation and just start being aware of my breathing, and after some time, when I be aware of my in-breath and out-breath, after some time, I feel from somewhere smoking is coming. It means what I feel the smell of smoking. And I, when I observe the outside, no one is smoking, but still I experience inhaling the air, the breath, which is full of smoke. What is this, sir?
Like you mentioned, any experience can come in meditation, because we're only expecting certain things can happen, certain things cannot happen, right? Imagine a notion of an invisible smoke is there. Is it possible?
Yes, sir.
Invisible smoke, is it possible?
I'm not sure. Maybe possible, but I'm not sure, sir.
Yeah. So, what is smoke? It's matter, right? Some kind of thing that you can feel. So, every matter is at a frequency. If certain frequency, we are able to sense them and feel them. That's our sensory perception. Sometimes we can see, sometimes we can smell. Only certain things, we know that. There are animals who smell things that we can't smell. They can see, we can't see, like that, right? Because they're a frequency. So physically, we don't see or smell or feel some things and many things. And how much physically we can do, the spectrum is so small in the entire universal spectrum, but what we can smell, feel, see is very, very, very tiny. So there is smoke equivalent at a different frequency that you don't tune into when you're physically there. But in meditation, we are tuning into many frequencies because we are emptying ourselves, we're losing the notion of physicality. So you're becoming that field. You're running to the field. So physical means you are tuned to a certain frequency. That's what we are removing. And so then you start experiencing many, many things. So that smoke that you felt is just another way, another thing that is there in the quantum field of energy is energy that you're feeling. Just the way somebody says, I saw Shirdi Sai Baba. It's real. They say, I saw Lord Balaji, like that infinite form. They're not imagining an infinite form, Lord Balaji is there. They say it's so real. Somebody is seeing unimaginably large geometric patterns, very distinct, vivid, crystal clear colors that they never have seen in the material world. In the field of energy, do we know in the infinite field of energy what exists to predict and say what is that I'm seeing? So what we're saying is, in meditation, when we are exploring this infinite field of energy, there are infinity of experiences in a way that we can't even predict can happen because we don't even know what it is. And how can we even predict? And how can we interpret what that is? Because we don't know what it is, right? And nobody ever told us that this is a cell phone. Suppose. We know that it is a cell phone if nobody told us it's a cell phone. What would you say this is? Suppose a device like this in a very weird shape, let's say in kind of some weird shape, not like this, it is there. You're walking, in a forest and suddenly you see this device shape, weird shape it is there. Not like a phone. Think of weird shape. What do you think you're going to do with it? And we don't understand, we can't give a meaning what that is. Right? Then we start going about, hey, maybe some UFO device, maybe some thing that came from somewhere. I don't know how this created some very weird thing. Is that a bomb? We go in all directions to say what that is because we can't recognize that as phone. So it's like that. We try to interpret whatever happens to our sensory, our past knowledge, and then our knowledge is so limited. So in meditation, we can get any experience and then just go with it, go past it, go past it. Observe it, it must be, you go beyond it. We observe it, you go beyond.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, one more question, sir.
Yes.
One more query, sir. Sir, what I think is, sir, it's my opinion, sir. Maybe I'm wrong also. So I think this subconscious mind comes with past karma also. As I read from the spiritual books, and I think so. What I assume is in the past, in my past life, I used to be a very intense smoker, a chain smoker, and in this life, so I think meditation is helping me to eliminate that the bad effect of that past karma. Is it possible, sir?
So now you're coming to the next level of it, where you're interpreting your experience, right?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely right. Subconscious is a record of all our learnings and our memories of the past and present.
Yes, sir.
And so subconscious is a record of all of them. And meditation is helping us to look into all of them. And in case any of them are deeply blocking us, it's going to limit and remove them. And so if that's what it means to you, if that's what you feel, that experience is representing a potentially a smoker attraction. And so that is helping you to just relieve off it. And if you feel that way, feel that way. It's not an intellectual explanation. It's what you feel based on your present condition. Do I have a lot of addiction towards smoke? I don't feel like always wanting to smoke. And then whereas you know somewhere in the mind that is not necessarily a great thing to do. And so you want to get rid of this habit. And so then it might be, then you're questioning, hey, where is this whole addiction or no, this thing to want experience is coming? You keep questioning. And so then potentially it might reveal you of an experience from the past or a memory. And so tell you what, and I've just been always doing a lot. Somebody suppressed in you doing it. And so you suppress the memory. Now it's coming back to you to look into it. So there are many ways like that. If it makes sense to interpret that way, and you will be able to understand your experiences when they come to us. And many a time, that's why the experience come to us, is to understand from them, relive a past moment or symbolically understand what it can indicate to me in my present life so that I can cross over and find a solution to a problem and cross over to the next step. All right.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes. 1 minute.
Yeah. Happy morning. There's a question here. The difference between the state of meditation and if the sleep. During meditation, how can we understand that whether we are meditating or we have slipped into that sleeping mode? So just want to understand the differentiation so we are alert at that time that, okay, we are on the right path.
No, why should you want to be alert about it? Sleep is part of meditation experience. We don't do anything. Like I said, in meditation, we allow things to happen. The only time we come back to our breath is when we think when we know that we are thinking. Nothing else we alter. We allow ourselves to go with it. So sleep is a very important part of meditation experience because sleep usually takes us into the theta delta states. That's what general sleep means. And theta delta states are creative, they're insightful, they're rejuvenating, and several hormones in the body gets released for repair of the body. And so we don't need to know, neither should we alter it, because it's preparing you for something larger. How do you know you've slept or not? It doesn't really matter because we have to slowly over a period of time give up the notion that, hey, today I just slept only. My entire meditation session is gonna slept. It's not. Be happy about every meditation experience because sleep was required to be there. It happened in that session. How do I know? Yes, you will know by feeling post the meditation. You'll feel your mouth and some biologically certain things are. You know it, the taste of the mouth and all of that. You know that okay, I potentially would have slept. If you're consciously, if you are not slept, but you are in a trance state, you will have a different biological effect based on your condition of your body, how you feel. And when you wake up in the morning after deep sleep, you know how you feel. The same thing you'll notice it in meditation if you have slept. Okay. And if not, then you know that you're in a trance state, but not in sleep state. But it doesn't matter what it is. We don't alter it. Neither you want to be alert, because in meditation you want to be completely give up everything. That's why it's not a great idea to put alarms. And it's not a great idea to have back-to-back things scheduled when you're going to meditation. Because then that keeps coming up and say, if you instruct and say, hey, I want to just get up exactly, you can give an initial indication that no, I will do for 30 minutes or 40 minutes and come out, but after that's it. But at the back of the mind, if these things are running, then we will be disturbing our meditation. We can't go deep. Okay, Vandanaji?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
We don't have any more people. I think we can conclude. Nobody else.
Okay, friends. So thank you very much. Yes.
I think there is one more. Hari.
Thank you, Chandra sir, for wonderful sessions. They're amazing. You're pouring the knowledge. I have one question for kids. From which age they can start practicing this meditation? Of course, I think in one of the sessions you mentioned more than adults, their mind is more clean and all, obviously, but from what age they can start doing this practice?
5.
5, okay. Yeah.
5 years. 4, 5. They don't need anything below 5. They don't need it because they already are in a state of flow, godlike, spontaneous. But 5 onwards, where they're getting conditioned, they start responding the way parents want them, and all that is happening. So we need to decondition them. So they only need to sit for a few minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. And so very young children you just need to ask them to close their eyes. They don't even have to observe the breath. Above 7, 8, 9, then they will tell them observe the breath for those 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 minute per year of age. Right.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
More. Yes, Madam DJ.
Yeah, I just wanted to share my experience. Thanks for the wonderful meditation session. It was so intense. So what happened was, in between I was getting awake. I was checking on my kid. So I was coming to conscious, but then when again the next moment when I was trying, when I closed my eyes, I was again able to go back in that trance state so quickly. So it was really good, intense state I could feel. And it was so relaxing. Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you, Mary.
Namaste, Chandra sir, and good morning, one and all. Are you hearing, sir?
Yes, we
Hello.
can hear you.
Sir, namaste, sir. Really, the sessions are wonderful. I have a question, sir, today relating to today's speech. How to cope up with a disaster thinking person in our family? That is my question today.
How to cope up?
Yes, sir.
First, we need to develop enough awareness from our point of view. So the awareness to notice what is coming from environment, right? What is coming from inside, what is coming from environment. Both of them we have to catch. That awareness is required. So that's one part anyway. So which is our meditation, you know it. And so then the second, when you have awareness, you know to take, not take. Then we get upset. At least you start blocking some of what it is. There is a phrase, Sabka sunna, apna karna. Do things, but then do what you feel that we need to do. One aspect of it. Third is that what you would do is, of course, once we become, with meditation, more positive, more coherent, that means you are calm inside. And so that calmness, some of those will start rubbing onto them. Your thoughts, if somebody is very, very negative, and you release those thoughts, the environment around me, the people around me are always bringing positive things to me. What you say is what you create. A lot of our experience around us are based on, and we say, oh my God, this person again opening up, oh, my husband, I don't know, this much ill, or my relative is too negative. Oh, he just always talks about things, failures only. I can't understand why he does. When we say this, then we're exactly creating that. So no matter what they are, we remove our mind dialogue about them. Instead, we only put a new dialogue, which is exactly how we want them to behave towards us. So we do this, and so then slowly they start changing. Until the time they change, we observe, but then we are aware, and so we put it aside. You don't take it in, because when your awareness is there, you don't take it in. Right? Be in silence. And one step further is that you change your environment, meaning, a lot of times you avoid people who are unnecessary. So this is where meditation builds up some emotional strength to no longer not try to manage people and situations. Oh, no, come to the party. Everybody talks about all kinds of stuff that's only, pulling you down in many ways. Don't indulge. See if you can go to a corner and then just listen to music. It's okay. You may be branded as a weird person, so what? But this way we gain the strength. Pick up that one person who is only positive enough, then spend your time around the positive person. Stop managing people just because we showed up there. A lot of times it's managing people that we just go on putting up for them all that say. And then be brave to ask them to move the conversation or something else. All of things are there. It's a combination of them. First, it's here that we keep, because the person is there with us all the time. So we keep in our minds the way they want them to respond to us. So that is the most important aspect. So this is how we spend a different energy for them to reflect change. Right? And we gain the strength to say no. We gain the strength to stop managing. I think these are two important things for us to come out of this. Okay, friends. So thank you. Anything follow on that? Saraswati Madam.
Yes, sir. Really, it is wonderful. I was thinking that only, and the master gave me that answer. Really wonderful. It is
Wonderful.
useful.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you all, dear friends. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.